I'm Troy Kirby with the Auburn Examiner with a quick update on the Auburn City Council. The Auburn City Council's April 12th study session concentrated on the basic infrastructure of the city. A study session is just that, with no matters being voted on, but an in-depth look for the council prior to voting on the issue during an upcoming official city council meeting.
In this last summer, as everybody was dealing with COVID-19 and the racial justice movement and the financial context that was ever evolving, and we used that time to really refine the alternative concepts that we had to come back with some more refined, feasible concepts, and now we are here with the final plan that I know have all seen. So our initial draft recommendations, we had for police a $65 million project that would have given them a brand new facility that would have met their service needs for the next 50 years. In addition to the project recommendations that we're targeting what is the critical needs right now, we also looked at the maintenance that you all do with your current facilities. As you can see, the spending from 2009 to 2018, you spent an average of $450,000 annually on maintenance.
Also heard was Ordinance Number 6817 concerning camping on city property.
Again, I can't emphasize enough that these are classified as environmentally sensitive areas. And I think it's important to call out that while these are public lands, these conditions on a private property would initiate a very swift and significant response from our city in terms of code enforcement action. So we're kind of in this spot where we have to face the reality of what it's like to respond and to clean up encampments.
Community Court is a program that's been developed over the last few years here. It's really gotten a lot of recognition and a lot of steam in many jurisdictions, and it's really at the forefront of redesigning the criminal justice system so that it is not as adversarial as we are used to, and about treating different offenders and different types of offenses differently.
And finally, Ordinance Number 6814, the B&O Tax Code, was presented before council members.
It was actually at the beginning of this meeting. We were talking about a bond, and I believe it was like half would be coming out of the general fund, and it was going to be a total of like 66 million. So I guess 33 million would be coming out of the general fund to pay for a new police complex and a new maintenance facility. I mean, how can we afford to do that if we don't increase our general fund revenues?
We also cut $3.5 million from the budget, essentially shutting down a lot of our Parks and Recs programs for 9 months of the year. And then we also reallocated about $3 million into the general fund, an additional $3 million into the general fund that wouldn't have normally gone into the general fund. So we diverted funding from other places. Some of the ways that we had brainstormed and the things that we discussed back in March of 2020 about how we were going to address the long-term fiscal sustainability issues. And so I put a chart here to kind of show relative. We have an $82.9 million budget in 2021 in our general fund. And this pie chart really shows how that $82.9 million is split up among all of our other departments.
I think the biggest point here and why I'm saying that it's a significant amount of work is because a $6 million cut in the police department looks completely different than a $6 million cut in parks or in public works or council budget or anything else.
I think we've gotten to a point here where we really need to move on with this. And I think that Jamie has provided us with a very good breakdown of our options. We've discussed this matter going back to our finance meetings that we had for the budget for 2020, 2021. And now we're going to be soon moving into 22 and 23. So we really we can't push this down the channel too far.
Thank you for watching the Auburn City Council Update, presented by the Auburn Examiner.